time, I'm here to bring back the balance in media by entertaining and inspiring. You don't want to miss a beat when Tulo talks.
So my favorite quote by Frederick Douglass: if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Basically, to me, what that means is a lot of people say what it is that they want to do. A lot of people say, they have goals and aspirations, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to get to the place that you want to go if you don't go through something. If you're not really willing to get your hands dirty, if you're not really willing to put in the hard hours, the long hours, the tough times.
How was your HBCU experience?
I love my HBCU experience. Coming from a school where you are the minority, you're not really used to seeing a lot of you, to a school where all you see is people that look like you, walking around campus and seeing the different plots and the alphas and the kappas and, just the atmosphere, the parties. But then also you realize that there are a lot of people that are doing great things that, you can learn from. Going to a school that has a lot of history behind it, Bowie State being the oldest HBCU in Maryland, it just really gave you a sense of pride and just like knowing who you are and where you come from.
Bowie State alumnus Douglas McNeil III's journey to the pros has been nothing short of a long road traveled. At Newtown High School, McNeil was a 3-sport star athlete. Upon the completion of his senior year, he was voted Athlete of the Year. McNeil's athletic success grabbed the attention of multiple college scouts that included Division I football program Virginia Tech, who offered McNeil a full athletic scholarship. He also grabbed the attention of James Madison University.
I signed a full scholarship to attend Virginia Tech, but because of my SAT scores, I still had to receive the score that I needed to be able to receive the full scholarship. So it's a gray shirt, which means that I don't actually start school in the fall, but I'll actually use that time, to get the score, and then I'll start school in the spring. So what happened was, I took the SAT scores. Mind you, I'm not going to tell you how many times it took, just know it was a lot. So once I finally received the score that I needed, I called my wide receiver coach. I was excited, and he just let me know, well, I missed the deadline to be able to start school in the fall, and I would have had to wait an additional semester. A 17-year-old kid at that time, I'm not really ready to wait. I kind of was a little antsy. I wanted to go. So my high school coach heard that news. I believe he actually got on the phone, talked to JMU, and then they called. They told me that, they've never signed a kid mid-semester, and they were willing to give me a full scholarship. So they got in a car, they drove down to my grandma's house, and we got the scholarship signed.
McNeil didn't let the timing of attending James Madison University hold him back.
Going to JMU was a great experience. I was able to meet people from all walks of life. It was very diverse. It was a big campus. It was a beautiful campus as well. But it's college too at the same time. So you're going to have a lot of fun. And when I was there, JMU was the number 3 party school. So it was a battle in, trying to make sure that you're doing your football, make sure that you're on top of your work, but then still trying to have fun at the same time.
So do you think fun took over?
Oh, well, I know fun took over. I was there for 2 years. Eventually, I ended up losing my scholarship, but in those 2 years, the relationships that I built and, just being able to play football at a D1 level, I really feel like it prepared me for everything.
So when you lost your scholarship, what did you do?
Well, when I lost my scholarship, it was a big surprise. Didn't really see it coming, didn't really know how to prepare for it. So once I kind of took some time off, you kind of feel sorry for yourself, to an extent. But then once I kind of just, you know what, this is what I have to do. So I kind of sat down, looked at my options, weighed my options. I actually almost went to, I believe it's West Virginia State at first. But then I was like, you know what, it's too far. I don't want to, really be away again. So I heard of Bowie State, looked it up. It was close to home. So I was like, well, this is a school that I can see myself transferring into, because I couldn't just transfer back into another school. what I had to do was kind of repair my GPA, fix my grades. So I made a plan for myself. I knew I needed to go back to, school to fix my credits and GPA to be able to even transfer to play football. So I figured out what classes I needed to go to. I actually went to Catonsville Community College, where I was there for a year, and it was just really a time for me to just focus on getting back to what I wanted to do.
So a lot of athletes feel as though if they go to a D2 school or an HBCU, that their chances of getting into the league are slim to none. Tell us from your perspective, how was that transition of going from a D1 school to a D2 school?
Going to a D2 school, you realize what you're there for. I feel like you take more pride being there because you know what it takes to be there.
All right, so walk us through your senior year at Bowie State.
I believe I made second team all conference. Playing at Bowie, where I feel like I kind of polished my game and my career. It was a great time for me. I was able to go to different regional combines and perform for scouts, something that I've always wanted to do, I've always wanted to be a part of. So when that time came, I really took it serious. I got the training that I received the first time. I had to find an agent, and at the same time too, I was trying to graduate because so many guys, what they do, they take off school, to train and then kind of enter the draft. I wanted to finish school. That way I could focus, and devote all my time, to my craft. I didn't have a pro day my senior year, so if I could change anything, I would have done that. Ever since I've been in college, I used to see guys at JMU perform at their pro days and see different guys go to the league and go further in their career. So when it was my turn, I really waited for that time, that moment to be able to perform. So if I could change anything, I would, do it all again. I would have wanted to have one, but you can't create your own pro day. Scouts have to come. It's a whole process in itself, but that nonetheless never stopped anything that I was able to accomplish.
For many athletes, it's difficult to get into one league. McNeil, starting his professional football career in 2014, has signed with 4 different leagues over the course of his career to date. It seems as though that you were robbed of an opportunity to kind of take you to that next level. And one thing that I do admire about your story is, although you came from a D1 school to a D2 school, you didn't have a pro day, but yet you were able to play in, 3-4 leagues within your career that started in 2014. So let's just talk about that.
It's hard enough just to get into one league. I've been fortunate enough to be able to still continue my dream and, my passion to play the game. So first I signed with the Tri-City Fever, which is an indoor football league. Then from there, I went to the Arena Football League, the Portland Thunder. From the Portland Thunder, I went to the Denver Broncos in the NFL. From there, I went to the Seahawks. And then from the Seahawks, I went to the BC Lions, which is a team in the Canadian Football League.
What has been one of the biggest challenges for you to overcome in your professional career so far?
So I would say the biggest obstacle that I've had to learn, I would just say seizing the moment. When you get to the professional level, you realize that opportunities are slim to none. You really learn to take advantage of any and every opportunity that's given to you. Sometimes you only get one. If you're lucky, you'll get 2 times at it. So just the growing pains and just learning to, seize the day and kind of just leave it all out there each and every time that you're doing something. I would probably say it's one of the biggest obstacles that I've had to learn.
Not only is McNeil active on the field, he makes it a priority to connect with his community. So what's in the future for Mr. McNeil?
Well, right now I'm still currently training in the off season and getting ready to have a successful rookie season in the CFL. Stay tuned. And I'm also getting ready for my 3rd annual I Dream Youth Camp, which is a camp for cheerleaders and football. at Newtown High School, where I graduated from, May 6th, the first Saturday. And also, for the people who don't really know, I'm a really big community guy. I always try to get out, and be around kids and work with kids, because I know how important that is for, young athletes, especially kids in Baltimore, like to be able to see positive influences within the community. So I'm starting the I Dream Foundation. So that's really something I'm really passionate about, and I look forward to being able to, put together a team that can be able to make an impact in the community. And on top of that, I also have a wedding to plan. Recently engaged the first of the year, so I'm just ready for everything that's in place.
And so what's one piece of advice you would give those other athletes watching this right now?
Well, to athletes that may be looking and listening to my story, really what I touched on a bit earlier is to really seize the day, to really take every opportunity and really go after it like it's the last opportunity that you may get, because those opportunities may not come around. I've been fortunate enough to still be a part of this game. I've been fortunate enough to still continue my story, from that 17-year-old kid that signed out of Tech that never got there. But the importance is that you, wherever you are, start where you are now and take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, because you may not get another one.
McNeil is proof that an HBCU graduate can overcome adversity and dominate while making a difference.